You know, Justin Bieber had a post the other day on his Instagram talking about all the drugs that he did when he was younger and how much it fucked him up. And now he's got a relationship with the Lord, and he's got, you know, he's married, and he's trying to be a normal person.
Yeah.
But he's struggling with the fact that he was insanely famous when he was a kid.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So
The entertainment industry has always been filled with secrets. Some are whispered rumors, some are scandalous headlines, but others are so heavy that when they surface, they break hearts. That's what's happening now. Joe Rogan didn't come into his podcast with fire this time. He came in with sadness, with a heavy voice and a broken expression as he spoke about Justin Bieber and what happened when he was just 15 years old.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
he
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Something.
For years, the story was painted as mentorship. Diddy was supposed to be the guide, the mentor, the powerful industry figure showing Bieber how to survive the chaos of fame. But as Rogan pieced together the details, he couldn't hide his sadness. He lowered his voice, paused at times, and said softly, "This wasn't guidance. This was a child who needed protection, and he didn't get it." This is the story of how Justin Bieber's early career was shaped by forces far beyond his control, and why Joe Rogan feels sorrow instead of anger, sorrow for a boy who deserved better. Justin Bieber's story began like a dream, a boy from Canada uploading videos to YouTube, singing songs from his bedroom. Out of nowhere, Scooter Braun discovered him. Soon he was standing on some of the biggest stages in the world, but behind the dream was a boy who was still only 15. His voice was still changing, his brain was still developing, and he hadn't even had a chance to live a normal teenage life. Joe Rogan reflected on this with a heavy sigh. We forget he was just a kid. A kid asked to carry the weight of an empire, and the adults around him didn't protect him the way they should have. This was the moment when Diddy entered his life.
Different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious it is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile on your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
Back in 2009, Diddy appeared on camera boasting about spending 48 hours with Justin Bieber. At the time, people brushed it off as a funny celebrity moment, but Rogan looked at it differently. He shook his head as he replayed the clip on his show. That's not something you say about a child. That's not mentorship. That's exploitation dressed up as guidance. What the public didn't realize was that Diddy reportedly had temporary guardianship over Justin during certain periods. That gave him access to Justin's schedule, movements, and daily life. On paper, it was mentorship. In reality, it put Bieber in a position where he had no control and no protection. Rogan's voice broke when he said he was just a kid. Imagine being 15 and knowing the person in charge of you wasn't there to guide you, but to use you. That's heartbreaking. Over the years, stories trickled out from insiders and whistleblowers. They described Justin being brought to Diddy's private parties, events where phones were banned, NDAs were signed, and every detail was controlled. Bieber, according to witnesses, sat quietly, pale and unsettled, as things unfolded around him that no teenager should have been exposed to. On his podcast, Rogan's tone turned quiet, almost whispering. That's a child in pain. You can see it in his body language. You can see it in the fake smiles. And nobody stepped in to take him out of that room. Nobody. It wasn't just the events themselves. The emotional weight followed Bieber into his later life. His meltdowns, his struggles with substance use, his inability to sleep. Rogan connected all of it back to the damage from those years. He carried that pain, and he still carries it today, Rogan said sadly.
And then you have him come to audition for you, right?
Actually, with a few people. My wife at the time.
Right.
It also was Perry Reed, L.A. Reid's first wife.
So you were all sitting in a room somewhere?
We were in a room.
Yeah.
And I showed her the video. And Perry says, "Are you crazy? You better get down there and meet this kid right now. He's amazing."
When all these pics come out and all this stuff with Bieber's big penis, are you the mastermind behind that? Say, listen, show off your big penis and people will come to those concerts? Or are you sitting there? Is that the kind of manager he's doing? Usher, are you sitting down with him and saying, yeah, show your cock, or leave it in your pants? I mean, do you sit him down and say, look, part of this is PR,
Hey,
man.
by the way, he does have a brain of his own.
Yeah, but were you shocked at the size of his penis?
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative. He's managing that aspect of his life.
But Usher, is somebody...
I have nothing to do with Justin Bieber's private...
We had seen these videos of Justin Bieber being handed over to him at age 15. Great job. Great job. And for his weekend with Diddy camp. I mean, we don't know, but it certainly looks like Justin Bieber is still suffering the fallout from whatever happened to him as he was coming up the ranks of the music world. It really doesn't seem worth it. I mean, I'd love to hear more from his camp about what's real, because it's clear he's suffering. We just don't know from what. And what mother out there would give her 15-year-old boy over to a grown man who's in the rap industry for a weekend with Diddy camp without other adult supervision?
Flown out to Atlanta by a manager. His name's Scooter Braun. Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio. And who rolls up? Usher in his Range Rover. Rolls up, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?" And Scooter was like, "Yeah." And so I ran up to him and I was like, Usher, I love your songs. You want me to sing you one?" And he was like, "Let's just go inside, little buddy. It's cold out." So the politest possible way he could say no, he did. And I was like, wow, he just turned me down. And I was a little disappointed. He had to go into a studio session, so I was like, whatever. And a week later, he actually watched my videos with my manager and was like, "Oh my gosh, why didn't I let him sing?" So flew me back to Atlanta, where I got to meet him again, and he wanted to sign me. But there was something else.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yes, Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. It was like kind of like what happened was Justin Timberlake and Usher both went into a ring and boxed it out. And the outcome was Usher. I think it was a TKO.
One of the most heartbreaking parts for Rogan was not just what Diddy did, but how the industry stood by and said nothing. He asked the difficult questions. Where was Scooter Braun? Where was Usher? Where were the record labels and managers? Everyone posed for photos. Everyone smiled on red carpets. But no one protected Bieber when he needed it most. Rogan's voice shook with sorrow. They all looked the other way. And that's the part that breaks me. He was just a boy. He deserved someone to fight for him. The years that followed told the story of a young man trying to cope with trauma. Bieber lashed out at paparazzi, broke down in interviews, and carried the weight of sleepless nights. At the time, tabloids mocked him. Fans thought he was just being rebellious. But Rogan replayed old footage and pointed out the truth. He noted how Bieber flinched when Diddy's name came up, how his eyes darkened when pressed about his early years. "That's not rebellion," Rogan said with sadness. "That's pain. That's trauma." And we laughed at him instead of helping him.
To my limits. Oh, I gotta feel that experience. I'm coming back. Happy New Year!
Woo! Just like it wasn't seminal fluid that Justin Bieber was wiping away from his mouth when he brought his face up from Odell Beckham's groin in a club with Trey Songz on the lookout.
The images are there.
Diddy-fied. Hashtag no Diddy.
Hashtag no Diddy.
Now, with more witnesses speaking up and fans digging into old footage, the truth is becoming harder to ignore. Deleted posts, awkward interviews, and whispers from the past all tell the same story. Bieber was uncomfortable and he spent years trying to escape Diddy's shadow. Rogan admitted with a heavy heart, "The saddest part is it took this long. It took this long for people to notice what was right in front of us. Diddy's empire, once seen as unstoppable, now looks fragile. The image of the powerful mogul is being replaced by one of a man whose secrets are finally catching up to him." Amid the sadness, there's one light. Justin Bieber himself. He was thrown into the fire at 15, manipulated by powerful figures and left to carry scars. But he didn't give up. Through faith, marriage, and a determination to heal, Bieber found his way forward. Rogan, his voice softening, said, "Hasi, he's still standing. After everything, he's still standing. That takes strength. That takes a kind of resilience most people don't understand." Fans now rally behind him using hashtags like We Stand With Justin, encouraging him to tell his full story. Rogan hinted that Bieber may be considering it, saying he's emotional, he's grateful, and he's thinking about opening up. And if he does, it could finally set him free.
Anyways, I want to also just show you this montage. This is a montage that was shared by Evie Magazine. They do great work on their TikTok of Justin Bieber, again, just 15 years old, in Hollywood, surrounded by a bunch of adults. And you let me know if any of this registers to you as normal. Take a listen.
Wow. I feel violated right now. Wow.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. Look at what a beautiful face. All right, now it's time to...
Would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
Okay, imagine that. Okay. Imagine that wasn't a problem.
No, I got believe. Hey, this is a brand new.
Has your mom given you the sex talk yet? I mean, like, I really don't want to have that conversation with my mother. Yeah. Like I've kind of had it with my father.
You want to hear? Oh, really? See, my parents never gave me the sex talk.
Okay.
That last one is really just the sickest, asking a young teenage boy whether or not he's had the sex talk. Like, he's doing a media hit on a radio, and she's asking him as one of the questions, like, have you had the sex talk? This is Hollywood for you.
Rogan didn't close this episode with rage, but with heartbreak. He lowered his voice and spoke directly to the camera. "Diddy, you thought nobody would see. You thought this would stay buried, but the truth is out there, and Justin deserves to be heard. He was just a kid. He should have been protected, not used, and the world will never forget that there was no music, no laughter, just silence." Then Rogan ended with one line that lingered long after the episode finished. "Diddy, we see you. And we see the pain you caused. This isn't just about Justin Bieber. It's about every young star who has been taken advantage of by an industry that prioritizes profit over protection. Diddy sold himself as a mentor, but his actions tell a different story, one of manipulation, control, and harm. Joe Rogan's sadness wasn't just for Bieber, it was for every child star who never got the chance to be a kid, for every boy or girl who was told their dreams mattered more than their safety. And yet, despite it all, Justin Bieber stands as proof of survival. He's not perfect, but he's real. And his resilience is a reminder that even when darkness tries to consume you, there's still a way to rise above it. Diddy's empire is crumbling. Bieber's honesty and strength are shining brighter than ever, and Rogan's sadness is a reflection of what we should all feel, that a child's pain should never have been the price of fame. This is not the end, it's the beginning of a reckoning.